Tim's disfigured head, partial spine, and right forearm and hand with his watch still on were recovered a short distance from the camp. October 2003. Tim Treadwell and his girlfriend Amie visited Katmai National Park, which is on the Alaska Peninsula across from Kodiak Island. And Grizzly Man Warner states that according to Tim's diary, Amie feared bears and felt very uncomfortable in their presence. Her final journey entries indicate that she wanted to be away from the island. Tim set up their campsite near a salmon stream where wild bears commonly feed in autumn. Tim was in the park later in the year than normal, and at a time when bears attempt to gain as much fat as possible before winter. Food was scarce that fall, causing the bears to be even more aggressive than usual. Tim and Amie were to leave the park at his usual time of year, and had actually returned to Kodiak on September 26 to store their gear for the season and catch a connecting flight to their home in California. But after an argument with the airline ticketer over the price of altering his return ticket, Tim and Amie made the decision to return to their campsite on September 29th for an additional week. Tim also wanted to locate a favorite female brown bear that he was concerned about. He said he hated modern civilization and felt better in nature with the bears than he did in big cities around humans. The bears he had been used to during the summer had already gone into hibernation, and bears that Tim did not know from other parts of the park were moving into the area. Some of the last footage taken by Tim, hours before his death, includes video of a bear diving into the river for a piece of dead salmon. Tim mentioned in that footage that he did not feel entirely comfortable around that particular bear. Sunday, October 5th, 2003, Tim spoke with an associate in Malibu, California by satellite phone. Tim mentioned no problems with any bears. The next day, Willy Fulton, a Kodiak air taxi pilot, arrived at Tim and Amie's campsite to pick them up but found the area abandoned, except for a bear, and contacted the local park rangers. The couple's mangled remains were discovered quickly upon investigation. Tim's disfigured head, partial spine, and right forearm and hand with his wristwatch still on were recovered a short distance from the camp. Amie's partial remains were found next to the torn and collapsed tents, partially buried in a mound of twigs and dirt. A large male bear protecting the campsite was killed by park rangers during their attempt to retrieve the bodies. A second adolescent bear was also killed a short time later when it charged the park rangers. An on-site autopsy of the bear revealed human body parts, such as fingers and limbs. The younger bear was consumed by other animals before it could be examined. In the 85-year history of Katmai National Park, this is the first known incident of a person being killed by a bear. A video camera recovered at the site proved to have been operating during the attack, but police said that the 6-minute tape contained only voices and cries as a brown bear mauled Tim to death. The tape begins with Tim yelling that he's being attacked. "Come out here, I'm being killed out here," he screams. That the tape contained only sound, which led troopers to believe that the attack may have happened while the camera was stuffed in a duffel bag or during the dark of night. And Grizzly Man filmmaker Herzog claims that the lens cap of the camera was left on, suggesting that Tim and Amie were in the process of setting up for another video sequence when the attack happened. The camera had been turned on just before the attack, presumably by sound activation. But the camera recorded only 6 minutes of audio before running out of tape. This, however, was enough time to record the bear's initial attack on Tim, and his agonizing screams.